Or you can export your contact list now into a CSV file. Right? Then you could create a master database. You can call those people your Facebook lead or your Facebook contacts. Right? Do you guys have an Instagram account? I have one. I don't know why. I mean, just so I can go check other people's pictures. But really, right, that's all I do with my Instagram is every once in a while I go, oh, look, I have this. I click on it and I see pictures that people don't post on Facebook. It's amazing, like the same friends post something else on a different one. And if that's cool for you, that's great, right? If you want to connect with that group of people and like their pictures and comment on their pictures and be involved in their world, that's, I think, a fantastic place. And then the other social network that we all should have, wouldn't it be LinkedIn? Do you guys all have a LinkedIn account?
Sure. Yep.
Lauren, you came from financial world, right? You have a LinkedIn account. That's probably actually where you spent most of your time in a social world outside of there. And that was just
not really. I mean, there wasn't LinkedIn either.
No, but I mean, like for that kind of work, though.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all of these, wouldn't that be the place that you might go to?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that in all of these, we all carry these different subsets of our database. And the great thing is that we can communicate with each one of them, right? And I think that if we can start with, if these are all ways that you can communicate with your database, right? If these are all different places that you have people. Now, would you say that some of the phone people and some of the Facebook people are going to be connected? Like you have the same people on Facebook in your phone?
Yes.
The neat thing is how many people play with Messenger?
I do.
It's a phone.
Yeah, I don't talk on it. I just send it.
But you know it's a phone now.
Yes.
You don't talk, but
You can make phone calls out of Messenger now.
but then there are WhatsApp, there are a couple of other platforms saying the messenger.
I know. But the question is do you have the WhatsApp app on your phone or do you have the Facebook app on your phone?
Everything.
Well, you have everything. I don't. I don't know what the
Most
WhatsApp
people don't
app
have
is.
WhatsApp.
I do have Facebook and I have Messenger. Why? Because with Facebook it says, hey, you might want to download Messenger. And you do. Why? Because it's the thing that you've got all your friends on. Right? WhatsApp, you're like, well, no, I don't know. I don't know WhatsApp. I don't have WhatsApp. If your friends have WhatsApp, communicate on WhatsApp. I've got WhatsApp. I've got 2 friends on it. Every once in a while I get a message. I'm like, what's this one? And it's this one person that communicates on this one app with me. But the reality is that with Facebook, you have Messenger. With Messenger, you today have a digital phone book. Have you played with this?
No.
Okay, so you can do 2 things with Messenger. One is you can send them a message and say, hey, Derek, it's been a long time. How are you, man? Hey, when do you have time to talk? And then when Derek goes on to Facebook, sees that, engages with me, and says, hey, man, I got time now. Could I make a phone call? Can I connect socially and then physically or telephone-wise? Right, can I use it in that way? Or can I say, hey, have you ever got a phone call on Messenger?
No.
Ring, ring, and boom, now I'm talking to Derek. And now, through this, could I have my traditional forward or fraud conversation to where I'm just checking in and just finding out how Derek's wife is doing, how his life is, how work's going, how his weekend is, and if he's got any plans that I might be able to help him with. All right? If I'm doing this 4 times a year with Derek, am I staying connected with Derek? If I'm doing it more, yay. But if I'm just doing it every quarter, if I'm going through my friends list and making sure that I'm communicating with them effectively.
Sorry, that's you.
Me?
It's you all over again.
Okay. Please don't show me what I'm doing. I'll get embarrassed. I forget that this thing is here. I do completely. I'm really good without this guy. But the whole point of this is that if I have a database, how many friends do you have in your Facebook database? We call it our friends list. But for a second, let's call it what it is, which is a way to communicate with people that we know. The same way that our phone book was, the same way that our email registry is. How many of them do you communicate with in a format that they already have? Yes, sir.
Given the fact that Facebook is being exposed more and more, in our last lectures a couple weeks ago, in using Facebook, we know that if we post something, it's not likely that everyone in our group will see it.
Great.
So that's why we're talking about Messenger.
Well, I think, so what you said is that there's filters and there's what people see. I've got a whole lot of friends on Facebook, so sometimes I might not see your stuff because I only go on there 2 or 3 times a day, right? And think about that, right? Like, if Facebook is a tool or a resource for your business, do you use it as one? Meaning, do you have a systematic way that you utilize your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn resources? Meaning, on Facebook, every day, do you have the birthday announcements? How many of you go on and celebrate everybody's birthdays on the days that, I mean, it's just a fun thing to do, right? What time do you do that?
In the morning.
Wouldn't it be great if you could schedule like an hour of Facebooking? Right? I'm so serious though, right? If you're purposeful about what you're going to be doing on Facebook, an hour of Facebooking means an hour I'm going to get on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to honor everybody's birthdays. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to say happy birthday, wishing you a fantastic day. If I've got a little bit of reserve, I might even send them a $5 Starbucks card electronically right through Facebook. Right?
This is probably another plus.
It could be. And then from there, if I know it's their birthday, can I now make a phone call and connect with them in real life if I know them? If not, could I Facebook Messenger them and do a phone call there and just say, hey, I just want to wish you a happy birthday? If I don't know them that well, a happy birthday is enough. Right? But am I staying engaged with them? Am I one of the 200 people or their friends that just said happy birthday?
Yeah.
Yay. Right? If we're doing that, and then on top of that, we utilize this as a way to communicate. So, most of the room is new to real estate. Meaning that, have you gone out and put a message out on Facebook to all your friends and family, letting them know that how excited you are, that you're a full-time realtor, that this is the new direction that you're taking in terms of your career path, and that you would be honored to be able to help them in anything that they need. And that you have a couple asks, right? That you're going to be reaching out to them in the near future to make sure that you have their contact database, or that you have their contact information right, that you have their address right, so you can send them a CMA so that they can see what their home is worth. Instead of from a third-party software system, they're getting it from a realtor. Right? Those are just great ways to broadcast that message like we are right now. Right? Sit in front of a camera, have energy, look good, get your message out saying, hey, it's Amir Sani. I just joined my home group and I'm so excited to share with you what I'm doing in real estate and how I think that's going to benefit my friends and family. No one's going to work harder for you. No one's going to be more knowledgeable about what's going on in the market. I'm going to make sure I do that by making sure that I first start with getting you the value of your home. So please expect a phone call from me or an email or a text so I can get that going. All right. Hey, by the way, on Facebook, I'm going to be adding my real estate website. I'm going to be adding my real estate mobile app. I'm going to be adding information so that you can go ahead and utilize it. In addition to that, if you would like to subscribe, every month I'm going to do a Facebook Live where I'm going to broadcast what's going on in the market. Could you easily tell people in your world what's going on in terms of the real estate market? That would be reading the tea leaves, right? That would be getting the report from either the Crawford report or printing out the MLS and finding out based on your area, the geographical farm that you want to specialize in, right? What were the active pendings and closed in that market for that month? What was the average sales price in that area for that month? How many houses moved in that area that month? What would people in that area think if they got that information, especially if you made that a public post so that people could find it in that area? Would that be worth an hour of your day to make sure you connected, said happy birthday, reached out, called people, posted something about what was going on in your community, had some kind of special event? If you had an open house, have you guys seen the open house videos where people post them like this? Hey, it's Amir, I'm an open house, let me show you around, blah, blah, blah. Have you guys seen those?
Mm-hmm.
Are they hard to make?
Nope.
Do they look like experts?
Nope.
No, I'm thinking.
Do they look like better experts than you do because they're on camera doing this and you're not? To their
Well,
friends.
I am, but I'm not doing it that way.
Right. Well, you hopefully you have a stick, hopefully you have a floating
Yeah, I have a
thing,
tripod.
right, all of that stuff, right? But the point is, the first time, did you have it all?
No.
Or did you do this?
Just do that.
Right, and the point of that is that
Be there.
what happens to the, how many friends do you guys have on Facebook?
1,100, but
What happens
900
when,
of them are agents or one-offs.
you got a problem.
Yeah.
You got a purging issue.
Yeah.
You got to purge them. No, I'm kidding. But the beauty is that what that does is it gives you the ability to socialize your evidence of success. When you're doing an open house, you're showing up and working. When you're doing an open house and you know that you're going to film yourself, how do you look?
Fantastic.
Yeah, you probably cleaned up a little
Comb
bit,
my
right?
hair.
Oh, I love combing my hair. I drove a convertible here. I know you can't tell. But that's it, right? Is that you're going to have evident success, and if you're tying this in, right? Where do you guys want to sell houses? All of Phoenix? Really? All of Phoenix? Like from where to where? Because it's huge, right? I mean, like it's really big. Like I live on one side and I came here. I literally live. I had a snack. It's that big. So where do you want to work? How big do you want your geographical farm to be? You could technically create a farm, go out to that farm, let them know that you have a newsletter, and that you created a Facebook page for that farm. Right? I live in Shadow Ridge in Chandler. Hint to anyone. Create a Facebook page that says Shadow Ridge. I promise I'll join it. And every neighbor I run into, I'll say, did you know that there's a Facebook page called Shadow Ridge? Hey, that'd be a great place we could all go and put stuff on. What if you were the leader of that in your community?
That's a good idea.
I come up with them every once in a while. But that's easily just another page. Now you door knock the neighborhood and let them know, hi, I'm Amir. I live in this neighborhood. I just want to let you know I created a Facebook page. That way, if you want to put your garage sales or what's going on, or if you have this, right? My wife, she buys stuff off of Ocotillo and Friends and all these kind of places. Those were started by somebody that just wanted to create a group. Chandler Living was created by, I think, a realtor. Right? All of these things are all just ways that you can go out and build communities inside of your database. And then go out and foster and meet new people in your database that you can broadcast to and have information. If every month you were doing a Facebook Live video, if you want to see great Facebook Live videos, Daniel Barraza is an agent here at my home group. He does fantastic videos. Are they professional? Anyone watch them? They're in his car usually. They're just him. They're him going out and giving a gift. They're him being himself. But who sees that? His sphere, his database, his people. What do they see? Him doing real estate, him giving away stuff, him being a great person. Do people want to work with great people? Do they know him because he's on Facebook? If you're going to be on Facebook, you're going to leverage this, you're going to use it, go look at people that are doing it. My home group does some fantastic events. They do happy hours, they do community events. We were at the Twisted Lizard a couple of weeks ago, raising money for the Asians Benefiting Children's event. People from the community were just coming. Right? Imagine this. Like there was a gentleman that came in who talked to me about the fact that he owned a home and he was thinking about maybe selling, rebuying something. And I'm sitting there going, I'm not a realtor, I'm not a loan officer, and I wish I was one of those. Right?
But I know a couple.
Oh, I know a couple. Right? And that's the hard thing, right? Is that like that's the best part is that if you have a happy hour that my home group is hosting at the Sandbar, at the Twisted Lizard, and you can call your database and say, hey, or you can post it on Facebook and say, hey, come join me at the My Home Group happy hour. Is it a leveraged event that you had to do anything for other than show up?
Right.
Are there other people there that'll make you look smart and good? Hopefully. Depending on what time you show up. No, I'm kidding. Right? But all of those things are ways. Now, what I want you to look at is that this is all web, right? This is all the internet. But this is like a complex web of where if you have a social media presence and you're able to communicate that either via Messenger or through your phone or having that ability to now know. If you're on Facebook every day, there is a young lady, and I hope you're watching, named Yvette Meyer. She is with Old Republic Home Warranty. I don't know anybody that is more diligent about being present and being authentic and being a real human being on Facebook than Yvette. If something happens in your life, she will comment appropriately. Does that make sense? Like, I think that is so cool, and I hope she's watching. If not, somebody will forward it to her. I love what she does. I would friend Yvette Meyer if you aren't already friends with her because you're a realtor and she's a home warranty person. You should be. She does a fantastic job of showing you how you should engage on Facebook. Right? Templeton Walker.
He's the best.
He's the best. What's up, T? The best part about Templeton is he does stupid, silly, amazing, off-the-wall things that are authentically him. It would be really weird for me to do it. People would be like, bro, what did you do? What happened to you? Right? But with Templeton, you're like, that's Temp. be you, be authentically you, and your database, your community will appreciate that. Right? Like, again, you've got to be Templeton to do a swim up pool 60-second realtor tip. But that's him. But the beauty is that by doing that, it connects you with your database, which then makes your phone work, which makes you meet people in real life, right? Which makes you do the things that are really fun in real estate. But the evidence of success, another guy that I would follow on Facebook is Andrew Bloom. I don't know a busier man that does more open houses than Andrew Bloom. And if he's not doing an open house, there's a picture of him at a closing table. Are those evidence of success? Right? Do those connect? Do those make people go, oh, he's busy, he's working, he's doing? Right? So when we're talking about the social proof or the geographical farming, when you're doing this, it doesn't have to be, when you started, how did you start? You didn't start with a tripod, you didn't start with, what was the first video you shot?
Don't go look at YouTube because they're all out there.
Right? I'm not even going to tell you which one to look for me.
Yeah. Hey, just shoot with my phone. Hey, I'm gonna, show you this house, and then you walk through the phone like that, and it's going, you get Blair Witch kind of look.
And did people make comments? What were the comments that you got?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Probably like thanks or hey dude, you're shaky.
No.
Like that would be the worst that would come out, right?
Right, exactly.
But usually it's thanks, hey,
Thanks, hey, cool.
wow,
Yeah.
you must be busy.
And I do stuff like, I'm out mountain biking, I'll do a little trail shoot or something. You can't do that live, but, I put little videos and people like that. And
Well, in Arizona, like it's legal for us to like be doing all this stuff while we're driving.
I don't,
Pick up the phone.
I don't do the driving, and I won't watch those because that offends me when someone's in a moving car shooting a video.
I'm just saying, there's states where you can't do that. This
Right.
one, knock yourself out.
Right.
Don't offend some of our friends.
Yeah.
But the main thing is that, right? Is that what are you doing? I put this question mark because there's like a Snapchatter in the room, or there's a Tumblr in the room, or a, I don't know, user, right? There's something that we don't know, right?
So he's not in this room here, and I can't. It's not going to work for everybody because I can't do it. Happily married, but he gets a lot of his leads on Tinder.
I was going to leave that alone. Right? Hey man, if Tinder, Plenty of Fish, or any of that works for you, knock yourself out.
Do they have a days on market, scale on Tinder where you can figure out, because obviously the newer ones on Tinder probably have a house they need to get out of.
That's terrible. This is being recorded. But look, if whatever this is, I don't care, and I'm okay if there's nothing else. Right? I'm really okay if you live just here. Why? Because most of us do. Right? Lauren, you said it like, I guess LinkedIn, but not really.
Not really, no.
So the only thing I put on LinkedIn is the same thing I put on Facebook or Instagram. Right? I would put on Facebook, why? Because that's where most people are going to get it. And then I'd put like a newsletter onto LinkedIn every month. Why? So that business people can see it. I promise you, if you do it regularly enough, there is a dude on LinkedIn that always posts stuff. I have no idea who he is, but he's always at my feed. Right? I got sales coaching from a dude that I got on LinkedIn years ago because I liked what I read. Does that make sense? Like, people will go on LinkedIn for reasons. Right? Facebook is just where they live. And Instagram is just where people go put pictures that they don't want to put on Facebook. Is that what Instagram is? Somebody help me understand. Right? I'm going to offend our next presentation by saying that. And I mean that because Bryce and Stephanie, who are doing the next class, 40% of the business comes from this.
Yeah.
From them being amazingly good at this. Stay for that. But does that make sense? Like, there's value in this. I just, because I'm a little bit older than Bryce and Stephanie, mine just goes back to this darn word that's connected to this thing that I have connected to that thing. Right? But if we can do that, if we can work on that, now we have the birthdays every single day that we can celebrate and we can honor. We have a VIP group. Do you know how to create VIP groups in Facebook? So you can follow certain people, you can make them higher priorities in your friend list, so you always see their stuff. Right? If you go into any profile, there's a default, there's a stalker, and I don't care about you. Be the stalker on the ones that you like. Hi. Right? But I don't mean that. I just mean I have a lot of contacts on Facebook. And for me to make sure that I see certain people, I put them into the stalker field. Right? I just want to make sure I see their stuff. Create a VIP list. Why? Because those are the people that you want to see, right? And if you don't create that VIP list, what do you end up seeing? Everybody else's stuff, right? So if there's a group that you want to see more of, create that VIP list. And then with that, could you then be engaged with them more on Messenger? Could you make sure you saw what little Billy did? Little Susie? Looks like your husband got a promotion. Looks like you got a new job, whatever the case might be. Right? The whole point of all of this, again, in real estate is to have the opportunity to add value into our people's lives. Right? And if you're promoting the fact that you're doing a CMA for everyone that you know, and then you call them to follow up and give them a CMA, what do they think? I'm on that list that she was talking about. Right? I want to connect with my friends. We use Facebook for that, don't we? Don't we all go to Facebook to see what everybody else did the day before? Like, if there was an event and I didn't go, oh, Facebook sucks. I'm like FOMO all day. Oh my God, I didn't go to that one. And oh my God, I didn't go to that one. Why didn't anybody invite me to this? Okay, and then, like, if you were at the thing, how many things are you posting? Oh my God, best concert I've ever been to. Right, that's all good. But the question is that's only one aspect of what we can do. Right, if we can be engaged in it every day, I'm just going to go back to the Yvette Meyer. Be Yvette Meyer. Care about people. Be engaged. They'll think about you.
Well, and Yvette is, because I'm friends with her, so I know. So she's, like you say, she's going and caring about other people. So it's more, Facebook looks for people like Yvette that are more than just hitting the like button. She makes comments about other people's good comments, and
I'm a lazy liker.
yeah. So so the more that you do that, the more Facebook is going to show your stuff.
So the beauty of all of this is if you're just a better human being in real life or on social, you'll get farther, right?
Yeah.
And that's all this is no matter how we look at it, when you're posting my home group stuff, you're giving people a reason to engage with you when you don't have a reason. Does that make sense? If you go to my home groups page, I hope we've all been there and we all liked it. But if you go there and you're looking for something, you'll find something that you can share. Does that make sense? Right? Engage, be engaging, but do it of things that are important to you and the people that you like. That's all that is, right? And the Messenger is just your new digital phone book that you don't need to know everybody's phone number anymore. Hey, it's 1 o'clock. We have a half hour left. How can we talk about this to where you can actually take stuff and put it into your business leaving today? Who's got something?
One thing that I did is I had a lot of friends on Facebook, but I realized I didn't have anyone's information, so I literally just sat for a week and I would just go through my friends list, like AA, I'd message everyone, then AB, and I reached out to every single person that was worth it on my Facebook, and then got their phone number and email address, and just from that one time I ended up getting 2 deals from people that I went to high school with that I haven't seen in 15 years.
But
Let them know what you're doing, and hey, you just like keep in touch.
Yeah,
or-
well,
exactly.
I reached out and just asked how they were doing first, and
Yeah.
just had an actual
like a
conversation.
private message or how?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a messenger on Facebook.
Okay.
So, a young man on the same team Derek's on Ben Arredondo, the Envision Group, Eric Brossart. Do you guys know who Eric is? Eric's mom just joined, just got her license and just joined the team.
I trained it.
And Derek trained her, so you know she's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
The awesome thing is that her and Eric went out and did their first open house, right? The awesome thing really was that they posted on Facebook, so that her whole network got to see it, right? And I think the neat thing for all of you is that this is the ability right now for you to reach out on Facebook and let everyone know what you're doing, and make sure that you have all that contact information, right? In your real estate database, the things that are important. How much of this is available on a front profile?
Well, you can't extract it anymore. You have to do what he did, send him a message.
How many, oh, that's not true. How much of this information is available on Facebook?
All of it.
All
Facebook
of it,
has it all.
right? So, how many friends do you have? 1,000, 1,100?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you create a CSV list of all 1,100 and then spend a day going through Facebook making sure that you had all the contact information right? Would it really be that hard?
No.
What would happen when you got done?
2 deals.
2 deals. When you get 2 deals, Derek, how much is your average commission on a deal? Rounding.
6, 7.
So that's $12,000 to $14,000. How many hours do you think that would take?
It would take probably 2 days, but
2 days. 2
12,
days.
14 grand.
That's
20
16 hours,
16
right?
hours, right.
Of work?
Right, for $900 an hour. Pretty good money.
I mean, I don't know what your hourly rate is, but I would do that job.
Yeah.
If you paid me to do that job, I would sit in front of your Facebook with an Excel sheet and make sure that I had all of that right. By the way, if you didn't have it right, what would that give you an opportunity to do?
Reach out, get it right. Hey,
On
how
your
you
new
doing?
digital phone book, right? On your phone, on whatever, you could reach out and contact them and make sure that you had that right so that you could get this, right? So, on average, if we have 100 contacts in our database and we communicate with them effectively, we should get a 12 to 2 return. Right? And so what's effectively communicating? Really, it's making sure that you're top of mind. Today, more than any day, we have options on how to do that. We can do things like Facebook or social. We can do things like phone. We've got text. We've got chat. We've got all kinds of different ways that we can communicate with people. But the main thing is are you doing it on a regular basis? How do you make sure that you are? How do you track them? Do you have a sheet that has your database with a January, February, March, April, May, June, July, to where I'm bucketing and I'm talking to my folks so that I stay in contact? Because there's nothing worse than talking to them too much or not enough, right? So I don't want to be annoying and I don't want to be too hands off. So I've got to figure out, and wouldn't it just be great if I spent an hour a day on the thing that I spend probably 8 hours a day on liking crap? Please don't send me a Candy Crush invite. We might not be friends. But like other than that, like we shouldn't spend that much time on social media. We should just use it for what it is. Go and see who's on there, make some great things, connect, put some awesome things that we're doing personally, work-wise, etc., but then move on. Items of value for you are when you're doing an open house, do you post your open houses on your Facebook? Do you let everyone know that you're doing them?
Yeah, whoever's gonna see it.
No. So your entire sphere should always know that you're working. So if you're doing an open house that weekend, it should be on Facebook. You should be doing a Facebook Live, even if you're not good at it. Why? Because people want to see you. I promise you, people want to see you. Every time you post something that's authentically about you, how many likes do you get versus things that you aren't about you? Yes, sir.
On listings, if you don't have the listing, you're sitting at open house for someone else.
So,
Can you address that? Because you can use, I'm sitting.
Yeah, so you just go in and you just so any
I know
website
it.
that you're using, you're going to copy and paste that URL into Facebook. It's going to create a post for you. If you've got a single property website kind of tool, you can do that as well. But the point is that you're saying, come see me at this open. On the MLS file inside the link, all of that has credit to the listing agent. Right?
Because on my home group listing, the broker owns the listing, so you can advertise it.
If you're doing, you shouldn't be sitting open houses that aren't your brokerage unless you've got your broker permission. That ain't me. I'm here to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
All right?
I sat some open houses that were POSs.
Well, that's your choice.
And that was my choice. But they were for.
That's a point of sale if anyone wants to know what
Right, yeah,
POS
that's what I
is.
thought it was.
Now, I would approach it differently if it was my listing.
So the main thing is that I want you to just understand that what you put out there is what your friends see, right? So there's a reason why I'm very Switzerland on Facebook, because I really like to be Switzerland. Right? I don't have opinions either way. But everything I'm doing on Facebook is usually because I have a large database and I don't want to, I'm not going to polarize either side, right? Because, I'm sorry, but today, more than ever in life, we're just one big mesh, right? I don't have more than one profile. I have one Facebook profile, and I have one cell phone number, right? If anyone wants to get a hold of me, they're all going to get a hold of me the same way. We're public figures as realtors. All of our signs have our phone numbers on it. We've got our pictures on our signs, on our business cards, right? Go out there and show that public figure everywhere, right? No more cake stands, Eric.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
How many things, like if you put your own video on there of a house that you're showing or something like that, how many of those things need broker approval? And what would conflict? Are there any violations with certain things?
I'm a big fan of asking for forgiveness, not permission, so that would be a conversation you have with John,
Okay.
all right?
You can get the layout, you can get them to approve the layout, and then you can do them. You can say, here's how I'm gonna do it, they'll approve the layout. But if it's real estate related, you've gotta have the brokerage and phone number on there.
Okay.
That says a, yeah.
Those are conversations, that's a different class that we're teaching on a different day.
Yeah.
All right, the main thing is, I'm talking about Facebook, right? Facebook Live, hey, it's Amir. I just want to tell you how excited I am that I got my real estate license and that I'm here to work for you. Hey, it's Amir, I'm doing my open house. Hey, it's Amir, I'm going to be door knocking this neighborhood this week. Hey, it's Amir, I want to talk to you about my featured partner, Lizzie Hofer, at my home group. Hey, it's Amir, I want to tell you about my awesome inspector, my bug guy, my pool guy, what all those things. Imagine if you had partners that you were including into your Facebook world. Because here's the thing, right? Joe Pool Guy has a lot of friends. And if you tag Joe Pool Guy in your post, what do all of his friends see? You tagging Joe Pool Guy. What did you just create? Aren't people going to like it that you don't know? All of a sudden, if you go into that like section and you see a bunch of things that say add friend, did we just increase our database? Do we have the ability to reach out to them and say, hey, thanks so much for liking it. You must be friends with Joe, the pool guy. How do you know Joe? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Right? Is the best thing is, what happens when you shoot a video of Joe, the pool guy? What does Joe think of you?
Does he know
You're
that
awesome, you're helping me out.
You're awesome, you're helping me out, right? If anything, Joe's going to clean my pool for cheaper. Don't listen to me, Joe. Or, or we're going to introduce each other to a bunch of other people, right? Because all my friends are now going to know, Joe? I don't like my pool guy. I want to meet Joe.
Yeah.
How many of these do you have? Right? Right now is a great time to get with us. We've got 1 month left of giving away free money.
Free money.
It's not free money. We have a Guild 1% program. It'll go away. The last deal that we can take a contract that is in our desk is May 15th. Right? Between now and May 15th, we'll give 2% of a 3% loan as a gift. Talk to your loan officers more about that because I am not one. But the best thing is if you could have a conversation with somebody that has a 680 credit score that makes somewhere around 60 grand a year or less, that could buy a house that's renting right now, are you doing yourself a disservice by not having that conversation? If you post it on Facebook, how many of your friends go, I'm that guy?
Yeah.
When we post partner videos, that's leverage, right? So hey, what programs do you have that I can post on Facebook so I can tell my friends if in case they're thinking about refining? All of those things. Did you know that conforming limits went up? If you posted that, do you think some of your friends that made enough money that went, hey, I can buy the dream house now that it's conforming, right? All of those things goes back to, are they evidence of success? Are they farming your social farm with more opportunities to engage with you? If you were doing that and somebody liked it, could you then call them and say, hey, I noticed that you liked one of my posts. Do you have any questions about that I can answer? No, you just liked it? Cool, bye. What's the worst case scenario, right? That we're only adding value, that we're connecting with our people. So when I say the Facebook reach out is an ability for you to also monetize your time on Facebook, to where it's servicing your database, giving you an opportunity to know, because inevitably what happens is we forget about people. There's only so many people that we can think about all the time. That's a great thing about Facebook, right? Like, oh my God. I haven't seen Jim for a long time. I'm glad his family's doing good. Right? But the reality is that we can only manage a certain amount of relationships. Right? So if we're doing that and we're engaging with our database and we're creating that ability to let that hour of farming on, and look, this is both ways, right? Because if you're spending an hour looking for and seeing what people are doing, and then you're also posting relevant content, what are people doing when they go on Facebook? Aren't they seeing it? I just want to make it to where you have more engagement. Today more than ever, right? Video is important. By the way, we all look better today than we did 20 years ago. I don't know what was wrong with the 80s and 90s.
We just all thank God that Facebook wasn't
God,
around.
thank you. Right? There are no pictures of those days. If there are, they're like blurred out, like weird Kodak moments. But I think that we just have the ability to really focus on being able to have a better place to give our message. And our message is an authentic one. Don't we all care about our clients more than anybody else? Our friends, our family? Who should they work with in real estate?
And I think it's important to remember it's a social network, and you need to talk about your personal life too. Because people are like, oh, I don't want my personal life's my personal life. But if you don't share that on Facebook, people will tune you out.
I think, again...
You can't be all business on a personal Facebook
You
page.
can't all be personal and you can't all be business, right?
Right.
So I think I just go back to that Switzerland, Geneva, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
On Facebook, on your personal page, it should be 90-10 or 80-20. On your Facebook business page, if you have one,
Flip the other way.
it's 80 business, 20 personal, 90 business, 10 personal, right? But the best part about this is when you're out door knocking your geographical farm and telling them that you have a Facebook page and you have a business page, you're telling your social friends that you have a business page, go look at that, go like that, then they're going to see more of your business stuff. That's where you're going to you can put links in if this is business and this is regular, right? When you do a post on a partner that you featured, you're going to post it, but you're going to share it to your personal feed so that your personal people can see your shared business feed. They can go and check out your business post. They can like that page. Right now you have almost a monthly campaign to where you can look for the people that are not on your business page and ask them why not. You can reach out to them and say, hey, did you see that I have a business page? Oh, you just don't like me anymore? Okay, well, just unfriend. I'm kidding. But the point is that we can get into this, right? Again, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with this. You're going to have to stay for Stephanie. Look at her, she's much better at the Instagram. Meaning that I figured out one that I like. I've got one over here that's all business. I'm not sure what to do with. I've got a class that I'm going to start taking to get better at this one. Right? Another great one for these three is The Social Agent. It's a book by a guy named Tony Giordino. He's a great guy. He knows a whole lot about LinkedIn, Twitter. That's the one. Oh, I knew I was forgetting one. Do you know what you can do with Twitter? Do you know how you can use search.twitter.com? Maybe. But you can go back and do reverse searches on Twitter to where you can see where people are talking about moving or kids going into ASU or U of A or NAU or GCU or those kind of things. You can look for filters and you can engage with those people. You can find them through social stalking. Say, hey, I'm a realtor in the area. I specialize in working with people that got kids that are going to GCU. Would you like some properties? What would happen if you did that? What's the worst thing that can happen? Crickets? Right? How much time did that take? Not that much? Right, could you get a deal out of it maybe? Just saying, if you're going to, maybe read a book about that one before you search.twitter.us.com, whatever it is. But it's that, right? It's being able to have a cohesive way of communicating the same message that you would outside, inside. What else?
Well, I think you've touched on the fact that Facebook Live is their favorite thing to show, and video is the second favorite thing for Facebook to show. So, and then a picture is the next, and just a text, just a worded message with none of that is the thing that Facebook's going to show the least amount of people, because they've proven that people don't care about that.
Okay, so Facebook Live, where does that work for you? in the right places, right? When you're doing an open house, when you're celebrating something that you're doing, or have you guys ever heard of Letter of the Heart?
What?
Letter of the Heart.
Yes.
So in core coaching, one of the things that they talk about is this Letter of the Heart program, to where every month they send out letters from the heart. Kind of goes back to what you said, right? What do we see on Facebook all the time? All the rainbows and sunshine, right? And sometimes that's not authentic. The cool thing about the Letter of the Heart program is that every month you can be authentic to your database. Could you imagine if you shot a video every month? You have a great video you could shoot every month. Right? You could be, I'm talking to you, Derek.
You are.
Or I'm looking at a seat right behind you with nobody in it. No, but you and your wife are pregnant, and you guys are going through marriage and buying a house and pregnancy and real estate and all this stuff together.
Yeah.
What an awesome thing every month to be able to share, because it's not all been roses.
We'll do
Hi,
a
Facebook.
live birth.
Don't do that. Don't do the live birth.
Live birth.
You will get no one to tune in on that one. Right? Like you're reverse engineering this. You're doing it wrong. The letter of the month, or the letter of the heart, every month could be a Facebook Live. Like, hey, it's Derek. I just want to tell you what's going on this month. How many people do you think would tune in?
I don't know.
One.
Yeah.
Mom, come on, get out of here. But the point is that you could easily do that if that's something that you chose. And truly what it would do is it would connect you with more people. Same way that this class is, the same way that hopefully more people are tuning in and seeing this, is that should show you how important it is for you to be social. But to be social correct, right? Social with real stuff. What are you doing this week in real estate? How can I help people in real estate this week? Here's what's going on in the real estate market this month. Here's what's happening that you should know about. Aren't these actual things that these people would value? And it's the same thing that I want you to do on the phone, in person, when you're out. And just the reality is that it's easier for us to connect on social because we carry it around with us everywhere. It's on all of our phones, it's on all our devices. Everybody's using it. I mean, you're Facebooking right now as we talk. Literally. Maybe Facebook and Live even. But that's the point, right? Is that we're all on them all the time. So we might as well create a plan. Right? What if you could create do you guys all have a newsletter? Who has a newsletter? Okay, start one. Right? Why? Because then every month you can put it on Facebook. And say, if you would like one, I can email it to you, I can mail it to you, I can talk to you about it. Anybody has information or anybody has any questions about the average sales price in your neighborhood, about the active listings in your neighborhood, about why these ones closed, about why these ones haven't. We sell houses.
You know, the barriers to entry, Amir, we've talked about in prior class, is actually doing it or getting someone to do it for you. And half the people on news, I'm not being negative, I'm being factual.
Yeah.
In many industries, insurance industry, you can buy canned newsletters.
Yeah.
Or you can use one of the Microsoft Word softwares. I think it's actually getting to sit down and do the work is one of the hardest.
So there's a great guy named Adam Lee. I would go and Google Adam Lee. This young man,
L-E-E?
L-E-E, for the last 5 years has been doing a video newsletter. Oh, they started out horrible. Right? They started out like him, like he looks like he's 12. Right? I think he's had to wear a tie.
Down the Southeast Valley.
He's down the Southeast Valley. And I hope, I love him. I love him. He's one of my favorite people in the world. And every month he does a newsletter. And oh my God, it's gotten so much better. Now he has a wireless lapel mic, and he's got graphics that like swoosh in and swoosh out. But in the beginning, it was like, "Hi, I'm Adam. Here are the stats." But I mean, please somebody edit that. But what I mean by
haven't
that,
joined my home group yet, so he won't see this. But yeah, maybe he needs to.
The point of that is that there's people doing it. There's a green screen, right? Like he didn't have a green screen, he just sat there in his office with a weird board. But every month when you do that, what does your database get used to?
To fact that you're selling real estate and you're knowledgeable.
By the way, what happens when you stand up in front of others and speak?
People are gonna listen.
Same thing on Facebook. Right? So that's the only thing, right, is that today more than ever, Facebook Live, video second, pictures third, infograph fourth, text fifth. So infograph, what is an infograph? Your newsletter. What is your newsletter? To your point, if it's a Microsoft newsletter, don't send it. Send something that is generically real estate.
That's what I meant, but the.
Know it,
format.
know what you read,
Mhm.
call them after you read it, and ask if there's anything you can answer, because you're a realtor that understands the market. Right? Any generic information that you send is going to be generically related about what's going on from NAR, from the Arizona Real Estate Association. Something. It's not like people just pluck it out of the air and say, here's the news. Oh, maybe they do. But the reality is that, I'm sorry, I just went past my Switzerland. But the reality is, all I want is for you to have a reason to engage. The more authentic and the more real your reason is, the more people will respond to your message.
No.
The more you dedicate yourself to value and messaging that's valuable to your clients, they're going to engage with you, share that information, your database is going to grow.
Right.
Right? But it just goes back to this. If I get to know this really well and I honor it really well, and I use this, I go and I import it back into my database. I make sure that I communicate with a farm, with my phone, in person, with mail, in digital format. It all goes back to what we have to do in regular business, but if we can just leverage the web and social to make those connections and make it easier, that's the game. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
I've got time if you guys have questions. Kelly, turn this off.
Nadia, tell Kelly to turn it off.
Please, somebody, turn this off. I'm nervous.
I think you can shut it off from here, actually.
Oh, nice and.
I don't want to break it, so I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
What's the, message me the address?
Okay.
If you walk this way, does it turn?
Yeah.
What was she
it's,
saying?
So we don't have it set for that. You should just have it set for a wide angle.
I'll
You can do a face follow.